$149.
If you own a TV, there's no escaping it.
From Menards.
See him in person.
The Menards guy.
There you go, buddy.
There's no mistaking him.
Watched you for years.
Race Amanda gets this kind of reaction just about everywhere he goes.
He absolutely is an institution.
Especially from his target audience.
I could recognize you without even your voice. Menards.
Now at Menards.
For nearly a quarter of a century, Ray has won people over 30 seconds at a time.
Save on your
And while it didn't always go perfectly,
Watch this.
proven feeds at Menards.
he can now sit back and watch some of his 23 years of work. Gives him a chance to revel at the ride.
The people responded unbelievably to the Menard guy. So it was fun.
Fun, yeah. There's more to Race Amanda than what you see here at Menards. The fact is he's been using his voice to make a living for more than 50 years, and there's at least one other project he's particularly proud of.
The Holy Bible, King James Version, narrated by Raymond Jack Samanda.
That's right. The Menards guy narrated the Bible.
It took about a year and a half.
The entire Bible.
That is the most challenging thing I've ever done.
But now, at 72 years old, he is headed for what he calls semi-retirement.
Break time. I need it.
While others may pitch the same products, no one will ever say,
Save big money at Menards.
quite the same. Rod Ressman, Channel 5 Eyewitness News, Antigo, Wisconsin.
I thought it was real funny.
Suddenly, soft-spoken Champlin Park High's Craig O'Hearn had the cameras following him. The news media has been trailing Champlin Park's team because And
we just got the smoke. I got the smoke.
Black smoke.
I know it started in the basement, that I do know.
The people living inside 1605 Portland Avenue never saw any flames, just the thick, acrid, choking smoke.
I know all I seen was that black smoke coming from in the dining room. It wasn't nowhere else but the dining room.
Smoke from the fire below had filled the building.
I couldn't even see the outside coming out the door.
Battling the blinding haze, tenants felt their way to fret, but not everybody made it out alone.
Somebody in the back was yelling, there's people inside, and they said there's a small child in there. And
That's when Officer Dave Burbank and Sergeant Dave Deno knew they couldn't wait for fire crews. They had to act.
I heard the kids screaming, and to hear that scream was something unreal.
A sound that saved a little boy's life.
Smoke out the door.
With our flashlights, we were able to see a few feet, but if he hadn't been crying, I shudder to think what the result may have been.
I'm so glad we're okay.
The officers carry year-old Joseph Taylor to safety.
I thought you was right behind me.
For Joseph's Aunt Betty, the tears couldn't be held back any longer.
I mean, I was scared to death.
You're scared?
Yeah, I was scared.
And that smoke?
Yeah.
Now it's screaming.
I was scared. You guys calling your name?
It's hard for a 4-year-old to understand an adult's fear
I can't in the house.
and the struggle to save him.
Scary feeling, but we got them out. So.
But little Joseph understands his love.
I'm just so happy you're okay.
I'm okay.
So you was
Over here in the shadow of the Capitol sits the administration building.
Materials Management, Brenda speaking.
Where it's another day of work for Brenda Willard. Her job, buy stuff for the state.
We purchase everything from helicopters to snowplows to plumbing equipment.
But today is no day. You see, the boss is coming. And he's no ordinary boss.
What I've heard is no other governor's done this. And I like that. Because that was part of my campaign, was that we weren't going to always do business as usual.
This is so cool.
It's not often you see people get this excited about their new boss, but Brenda says there's good reason for the excitement.
I've never, ever seen a governor that has just wanted to know what we do. And I think the state employees are going to work so much harder for a governor that cares.
The proof is right desk. See that magazine?
Should I?
Is this the star of the moment?
Couldn't hurt. Sure, run up there. It's okay.
She's hoping to get it autographed by her new boss.
He makes you want to make a difference. I mean, he excites people.
And at least in Brenda's case, Jesse doesn't disappoint.
I'm happy now. I got my autographed Time magazine from Jesse.
Rod Rassman, Channel 5 Eyewitness News, St. Paul.
Today is the day before Thanksgiving.
On a hobby farm near Forest Lake,
I crochet every evening.
Lillian Reller is enjoying the sunset of her life.
I'm 90 years old, April 12th this year.
They're going to have 20 large trays of stuffing.
I was living alone, but it's too hard to live alone.
Lillian is not alone anymore.
Oh, nice little boy.
And your great-grandma, too.
Great-grandma, who is thankful for the company of all things.
Gobble, gobble. Come on, gobble. There, we're good boy. He knows I feed him. He knows belongs here.
One of Lillian's sons brought the turkey home as a chick.
Oh, heck, he was only a little chick. You could hold him in your hand. Something to keep you company. Something to do live. Somebody to love you.
Gobble, gobble.
This 40-pound pet has nothing to worry about this holiday.
No, we wouldn't eat him. We're going to keep him. He's too nice to eat.
Even though they're the same height, the turkey and great-granddaughter Molly don't quite see eye to eye.
Stop like that.
Oh, he looks like he wants to smack her one.
Yeah, Molly, you better go back up. See? He's gonna see.
You're a bad boy, attack Molly.
A little spice in the life of a great-grandma, thankful for her family and her friend.
Family.
Now we got to get him a woman.
The Vikings are in town. It's easy to Bob McNamara. He'll be here at the game, perpetuating his purple passion.
You want to be out there cheering for somebody, right? And I just seen cheer for a winner.
He's been cheering for the men in purple since the men in purple came to town. With his first set of season tickets, McNamara witnessed the likes of Hugh McElhenney. Today, a few decades later, McNamara watches the latest versions with his 40 season tickets. That's right, 40, as in Dave Osborne's old number, -1.
We got 40 fabulous fans coming out of our sports bar to kill the Packers again.
Been this way as long as most can remember. The same core group comes together and pulls for the purple, all thanks to Bob's tickets.
Run it back.
Obviously, he gets all these tickets. He's, he gives them to everybody else. Is great. I mean, who else would do that?
Come on, Randall. Let's go, baby.
McNamara says he does it because he loves the team, loves the sport.
Let's get out there.
Fact is, in a small way, he's living vicariously through the likes of Chris Carter and Randy Moss.
Yeah, in 1960, I was original member of the Denver Broncos, and I was there in 60 and 61.
A Bronco, yes, but he says his heart was always in Minnesota.
Touchdown pass coming up.
Back in the early 1950s, McNamara played for the Minnesota Gophers.
Ball pitching. Bob McNamara receiving in the end zone.
His Big Ten play led to a career in the Canadian Football League, then to Denver, and in 1962 a trip with the Vikings, which led to a career-ending injury. So he settled for season tickets.
Yes, sir. Ben Brocklin was the coach. Tuckerman was the quarterback. Get on far, get him! Come on, get him, baby! Oh, baby!
Now, here in the MAC section, they cheer for a new generation of players and coaches.
We're going to continue to support them forever.
And this year, they're finally reaping the rewards of their long-term commitment.
I think Super Bowl time. This time we win.
Ready? Here you go! Come on!
NPPA rules! NPPA! NPPA!
A moving morning.
I'm not going to be here to up in the morning and see the sun come through the trees.
A moving day.
It's My day of moving. Okay, how do I tell my birds goodbye? I don't know.
I hate it.
Okay, I'm down.
I don't like it at all. I'd shoot somebody, I think. That's what I think about it. I think it's horse manure.
Al Kratz stayed in his spot as long as he possibly could today, while movers carried out the things that his wife Carol collected here over 43 years.
It'll be fine.
Into a truck to be moved to their new house a mile and a half away.
I hate to even think it was today.
Every day that came closer, you just get a little more anxious and you think, oh God, it's really going to happen.
The Kratz property is right there.
Al and Carol Kratz were the last to sell this residential tract of land that MnDOT will use to reroute and widen Highway 55. MnDOT says it is moved.
And we understand how difficult it is for a family to lose their home and to be moved. And we just continue to work hard with the Kratzes and treat them as fairly and as honestly as possible.
McFarland says the highway is so narrow and so busy that it needs to be widened to make it safe.
Because all these years I kept thinking, this isn't going to happen. I'm never going to have to move out of here.
The Kratzes could have held out longer, but their neighbors gone, they were tired of the fight.
MnDOT says the Kratz family did pretty well in its negotiation with the state, that MnDOT bought the Kratz's home for at least $30,000 more than its market value.
Yeah, you can take that.
A financial return on a permanent departure. The Kratzes say cash can't compensate their struggle.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Al endures emphysema and Alzheimer's. It hurts his body to move.
Oh, God, I'm dizzy.
It hurts his heart to move from his table, his chair, his corner of the world.
See the little downy wood?
There he is.
This is the hardest thing I've ever had to do, because this is where he is. And when he goes to the other house, I don't know. It's going to be a lot to handle. He won't have his corner. Probably kill him. We need to move you off the table.
It's tough to let go of something you love.
Just we've been living in this little niche paradise for 43 years, and you can't replace that. Thinking, oh God, this is it.
Here we go. What's this?
All is not well this Christmas in rural Minnesota.
We're just not making it out here like, you know, people in the cities think.
The farm economy is in dire straits. In the town of Wanda, Minnesota, parents wait in sub-zero temperatures.
Definitely, I would do anything for my kids.
They huddle inside their cars.
You gotta have a number to get in.
Waiting a chance to pick up free Christmas presents for their kids.
It's tough. I mean, when a guy, can barely make it.
Terry Stripling is a farmer and father of 4.
I'm trying to survive and live off, what I can make, and it just hurts me to see a lot of people down here. It just hurts me.
In Brandon's store.
Farmers and people from struggling rural towns have come to this toy giveaway, sponsored by the farm group Groundswell.
Age 17-year-old boys will be going way in the back corner.
These toys have been collected throughout the year. Some of the people here are shopping for relatives or neighbors, people who are still proud to admit they need help this Christmas. In all, 600 or so rural families will be helped.
This is for my daughter, Melody.
Doug Bradshap is getting gifts for his 4 kids.
Because she loves stuffed animals. It's kind of like a lost for words. I mean, can't really explain it, but it's a warm feeling that a person feels inside. It's just happiness, joy, just the spirit of sharing.
You have a Merry Christmas.
Many of the volunteers come from Farm 2 are struggling.
It's happy for the people that are coming out of here with toys. I mean, it's given their Christmas a little extra boost. The sad thing is that I don't know where the farm economy is going in the next 6 months.
Fly me to the moon. Let me play up there with those stars.
98 was the year old Blue Eyes, at the age of 82,
bowed out. Like Elvis and the Beatles, Frank Sinatra was one of the most influential musicians of the 20th century. But there are others who are gone now, whose influence we won't soon forget.
Will you remember me?
Step on my blue suede shoe. Rock and roll pioneer Carl Perkins, gone at the age of 65. Beach Boy Carl Wilson died at 51. We all wanted to sing with Cubs announcer Harry Carey. He died last February, age 78. The name Benjamin Spock was known for more than 50 years as a source for child care advice. He lived 94 years.
Well, I was kind of hoping it might be a furlough.
TV and movie star Lloyd Bridges died at 82.
More cheese.
And we lost a couple of cowboys. Roy Rogers at age 87.
Till we meet again.
I'm back in the saddle again. And Gene Autry at 91, whose voice will forever remind us of that famous reindeer.
Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer.
63-year-old Sonny Bono died in a Lake Tahoe ski accident. A singer, and like Jesse Ventura, a political Country singing legend Tammy Wynette died from a blood clot at the age of 56. She married the Cute Beatle, and Linda McCartney stayed by her husband Paul's side for 27 years until she died from breast cancer at age 56. Roddy McDowell was an actor all his life until he died at age 70.
My wife's from Minnesota.
Locally, we were shocked when actor-comedian was shot and killed by his Minnesota wife. He was only 50. And Muriel Humphrey Brown passed away this year. She served her husband and our state when she was appointed to the Senate after Hubert's death.
It was a nice time to be alive.
And finally, Minnesotans will miss Dave Moore, a man who helped shape local television.
Good evening, everyone.
One of the people who will live on in our memories.
I will remember you.
The time for fun has now begun in our hunt that's open to all.
But if you don't want to be outdone, look on public ground in St. Paul.
We're in a baseball park in St. Paul. We're trying to find the treasure.
We're looking for the Winter Carnival $10,000 medallion.
Follow this advice and you won't be caught wasting your time at the wrong scene. That's clue number 1.
My name is Daniel Narlock.
Digging for the medallion for the Winter Carnival. I guess about 500 people maybe right now.
Oh, maybe one more hour, I don't know. Probably at least one more hour.
So if it's here, I'm going to find it.
She's digging out the snow.
You can be honest.
With her foot. I'm chopping it now so I can dig it easier.
It's hard in a driveway, but a whole baseball field is a lot of work.
I'll be okay if I don't win it. Because, I mean, it's just money, I guess.
That's funny, huh? The thrill of the hunt, not the money.
It would have been fun if I would have got it, but it's okay. I don't really need it, so it's okay. Yeah, I'll be fine.
Being his age, it takes a lot to come here.
They've come to see the man Catholics consider the holiest man alive.
He would come here till he's over 100 years old, I bet.
And they've come from all around Minnesota.
St. Francis, Ridley,
Andover,
St. Paul,
Plymouth, Bloomington, Plymouth,
Coon Rapids.
Cindy Speltz has made many spiritual pilgrimages, traveling as far away as Medjugorje in Yugoslavia.
Pray for us sinners. Isn't this exciting?
She waited patiently, sunset.
No, not quite.
And soon headlights and streetlights turned into the spotlights for the papal parade.
John Paul II, we love you.
The moment brought out a flood of emotions for this follower of the Catholic faith.
John Paul, we love you. He's a saint. John Paul, we love you.
The Pope made his way to an auditorium downtown where he was greeted by hometown baseball star Mark McGuire and some 20,000 extremely delighted young fans. The Pope appeared as overwhelmed as they were.
The Holy Spirit.
The young people of America love you.
He's a living...
Cindy Speltz from Coon Rapids, Minnesota, couldn't agree more.
I love him. I love him.
These are the statues.
After weeks of work and worry, Connie Schneider was on pins and needles.
Oh.
She'd finally arrived in St. Louis with her statues of the Virgin Mary, and she wasn't about to ruin it now. She created 50-inch statues out of fiberglass and paint back in her studio in St. Paul.
Even as our little fingertips throb from the sanding and everything that we did, and we did about 6 months worth of work in about 3 weeks, but thanks be to God, it's done.
She called it her mission to produce the image of what Catholics believe is the Mother of God for the Pope to see.
And the Holy Father loves her more than maybe all of us. You know, I like to think I love her as much, but it's for him. She'll be inside the door. It'll be the first thing he sees when he gets out of his Pope-mobile. Hands of the Blessed Mother.
And when Connie was done arranging and fussing to her heart's content,
it's done. We did what God wanted us to do.
In St. Louis, Callie King Yanta, Channel 5 Eyewitness News.
Being his age, it takes a lot to come here.
They've come to see the man Catholics consider the holiest man alive.
He would come here till he's over 100, I bet.
And they've come from all around Minnesota.
St. Francis, Ridley,
Andover,
St. Paul,
Plymouth, Bloomington, Plymouth,
Coon Rapids.
Cindy Speltz has made many spiritual pilgrimages, traveling as far away as Medjugorje in Yugoslavia.
Pray for us sinners. Isn't this exciting?
She waited patiently as the sun set.
No, not quite.
And soon headlights and streetlights turned into the spotlights for the papal parade.
John Paul II, we love you.
It brought out a flood of emotions for this follower of the Catholic faith.
John Paul, we love you. He's a saint. John Paul, we love you. He's a living...
Cindy Speltz from Coon Rapids, Minnesota, couldn't agree more.
I love him. I love him.
We were coming up northbound on Cedar Avenue and we saw the smoke and it was way up there. So we knew something was burning.
We're on 19th and Stinson. This is the old Rosackers business. They used to be a flower shop, garden supply stuff.
Hopefully there's no one hurt. That's the big concern, that no one's inside.
See, they've got the truck up there spraying water on the roof.
Yeah.
It's coming out of the fire hydrant down here.
Yeah, cool.
It is a mess. Just the intense heat inside there, it's unreal. It doesn't want to go out.
Anyways, I can see a little bit of a fire on the top.
They're not attacking it from the inside. And that's mainly because the roof. I mean, I wouldn't want to go in there.
And you see that fireman down there? He's controlling the ladder. See how it moves side to side a little bit? and they help put the fire out because fires are kind of dangerous.
We're not sure how the fire started at this point in time. All we could do was cover the exposures and put water on the fire.
A lot of smoke. But white smoke means that it's getting knocked down.
Nobody got hurt in this fire. Nobody got hurt. So we're in good shape here.
It's close to 6, probably about 5 to 6.
It's a struggle every weekday morning at the Farrell home in Chanhassen.
Guys, it's time to start waking up. Come on.
Maureen Farrell is the alarm clock.
Shannon's in there, that's good. Okay, Pat. Hi, Bri. Pat, you need to start getting up.
This is a daily ritual the Farrells would love to change.
You need to start getting up.
6:14. How does your brain feel right now? Like it wants to go to sleep again.
But they can't.
It's tough. Well, especially when it's cold outside. You know, you just want to stay in bed, but you can't.
I just don't feel we can justify that any children have to be experiencing that and then trying to do their job about being in school and learning.
The Chaska superintendent agrees with Maureen. She'd also like to see kids start school a little later, but she says right now there just isn't enough funding from the state to pay for the buses that would be needed.
Here's World War II, though.
Maureen hopes the district will find a way before Tara starts middle school next year. For now, it's just a mad dash to begin each day. In Chanhassen, Vanita Sakar, Channel 5, Eyewitness News.
There's only one way to visit the Beck family home on this Easter Sunday.
This is the only way, by boat.
You might call this Dwayne Beck's castle, and if this is his castle, this is his moat. Actually, it looks more like a lake. You have to cross water a good 5 feet deep to get from the road to the front door.
Just way too much. We're just getting, it gets worse every year, it seems like. We didn't have that much snow this year, so I didn't expect anything.
This flooding took them by surprise. The barn, it's way back there. They almost didn't have enough time to rescue the horses.
Hi, guys. What's wrong, huh? What's wrong? It's okay. It's okay. Come on. It's okay.
They had to bring the horses through knee-deep water to dry land.
And would they swim to get out of here? I don't know. They've never had to do it.
Friends helped them put up this tube dike.
And we have some very, very wonderful friends that come and help us. All we have to do is give them a call, and they're right here.
But no one's coming here this Easter Sunday. This water is just too dangerous.
I'm getting too old to be fighting this every year.
Some have asked them, why don't they just give up and move out?
To start all over at our age would be very difficult. You know, to give up everything that we own, home is paid for, and have to start all over with payments when we're close to retirement. I mean, that's overwhelming.
As overwhelming as this flooding seems to get every year.